Hi, I'm Jane Oldham. I'm the current chair of the ASE, and I'm a lead science technician in a secondary school. We are the current chair trio for the ASE. So I'll hand you over to Lee to tell you a little bit about herself.
Hi there, I'm co-chair outgoing with Alex Sinclair, and I am Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Education at Leeds Trinity University. Alex.
Yes, so as Lee said, hi, my name's Alex Sinclair. I'm the other half of Lee, the co-chair outgoing, and I work at St Mary's University where I'm the primary science lead for initial teacher education.
And I'm David Allen, and I am an associate professor at the University of Hertfordshire, and I'm the chair-elect of the Association of Science Education.
And what we're hoping to do here is tell you a little bit about how to get the best out of the ASE's annual conference.
Okay, David, I'm going to ask you a question first. Do you remember what your first conference was like?
I really do, Lee. It was 10 years ago, and I remember being really apprehensive about going because I didn't know anybody at all. But everyone was so welcoming, so warm, and it was great to meet new people who'd come from literally all over the UK. And also I remember meeting quite a few people from the Netherlands, which was brilliant. So people do come from other countries to the conference. And I was amazed by the breadth of the content covered in all the brilliant sessions I went to, and they were all so different. I learned so much that I went away with my head really full. And it was good to meet so many new people, and I really did make genuine connections. And it was a great introduction to the ASE, and then soon after that, and going to other conferences, I knew a lot more people. There is a real sense of community in the science world, and ASE, and particularly at the conference, is a very epicenter of all of that. So Lee, how many conferences have you been to now, and why do you still go?
So I think I must have been to about 15 now, I think. I think for me, it's about the opportunities that you have to get support in terms of science education. You're mixing with so many different people. You've got those that are training teachers, you've got future leaders, you've got fellow teachers, technicians, you've got experienced people, new people, consultants, suppliers, innovators, everybody that's there. It's just a fantastic mix of people. So because you're sort of having the opportunity to have those conversations, what you then have are loads of new ideas, really practical tips as well for things that you can take back in the classroom. It's really good to hear about some of the wider debates that are going on as well, that you pick out in some of the panels and some of the other conference sessions, and just seeing where things can go to. It's fascinating. That we use the word networking a lot, and I think that's really important because we actually get to see lots of people that we have connections with that we've made over the years. But one of the greatest things, and especially for us as the chair too, is meeting the new people that come along and seeing those new faces and being able to join in as well and be able to welcome them into the fold.
Hi Jane, one of the amazing things about conference is there's so much going on. So can you give us your practical tips for someone new who's attending?
Yeah, I think if it's your first time, it can be overwhelming. There is so much going on. So I think your first port of call is the frequently asked questions on the website. Once you've got your ticket, have a quick look through those. Then the schedule or Shed app can be your absolute guide to what's going on where, and you can kind of tailor that for exactly what you want to do. So if you can download the app beforehand, and then you produce your own timetable agenda, but you're not booking into things, so you can change your mind on the day if suddenly something you decide you want to follow some different path. You can go to that. So if you can filter the Shed to look at the day you're there, to look at the area, whether you want to look at primary sessions, practical sessions, technician sessions, so you can slim it down quite easily to start with, and then you can just highlight things, and then it will prompt you that you said you were going here, you said you were going there. The conference is spread over several buildings, so you need to think about where you want to be when. Have a look at the maps. The maps will also be on the website for the conference. So work out which buildings you need to go to. While you're at it, work out where the facilities are for the tea, coffee, and comfort breaks. And there are lots of people who'll be around to give you a hand. Might be wearing awfully bright coloured tabards or something like that. But the chair trio will also be on hand to give you guidance. You know, everybody is so welcoming and supportive within the community of the ASE. So, you know, feel free to approach anybody new, you know, and we will try and make you especially welcome if it's your very first time. What I would say is just enjoy the experience. It is a massive event. You won't get to see everything, but I am fairly certain that you will want to come back another time and you know, make the most of it then. So I think that might just cover what to do for a newbie.
So Alex, there's so much more going on than just the sessions. What else would you recommend that people should look out for?
Loads of stuff, really. So we have the meet the chair sessions or committee sessions. And then, as boring as they sound, you know, come along, have a chat. As Jane said, everyone's so welcoming. Get to hear about the organisation, get to hear about how you can become involved. There's also the massive exhibition, some really inspiring ideas and products on display, people who just really want to help the science education community, and potentially lots of freebies. I know people go with separate suitcases to see if they can fill them up with freebies that are on offer there. As Jane said, you probably won't be able to see everything. If networking is your thing, which we really hope it is, we want to welcome you to the community. There'll be plenty of places to have a coffee, a cup of tea, a catch up. You can learn lots from meeting new people and just chatting. And also Thursday and Friday night, there are the socials. Downtime is important too. Again, a very welcoming vibe and a time to maybe chat about science education, but also to chat about life in general.
So I hope that gives you plenty to work with for your first time at our ASE conference. You know, do come and find us, do say hi to anybody. It's a real great supportive community.